Hi, welcome to Shiloh May. This is Linda. Today I'm going to show you how to take your applique piece and turn it into a pillow. This is basically about making a pillow that's an envelope back and has binding around it. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to cut at least 2.5 inch strips. They can be 3 inches or however big you want. You need enough to go all the way around your pillow. You need enough fabric to go all the way around your pillow plus 8 to 10 inches. My pillow was 15.5 inch squares, so I did about 70 inches of binding. The next thing you're going to do after you cut your binding is you're going to cut the fabric for the back of your pillow. Now, since this is an envelope back, we want to make sure we have 2 pieces of fabric. So my pillow is 15.5 inches a square, and so I want to cut 2 pieces of fabric that are 12 inches wide by 15.5 inches tall. The 12-inch pieces width is going to allow you to overlap on the back of your pillow. So here I have my fabric folded in half, so I'm going to be able to cut both of these out at the same time. I'm cutting my 15.5 inch width, and then I'm going to cut my 15.5 inch length, the height of my pillow. So first I'm evening out the edge of my fabric here, and then I'm going to go up, and this is my 15.5 inch mark. And you can use scissors on this. You don't have to use a cutting mat and rotary cutter. You can just measure it and use scissors. Now I'm taking those 2 pieces over to my ironing station, and I'm going to fold over on the long 15.5 inch side. One side, you're going to fold over 1 inch, press it, and then you're going to fold that edge over again 1 inch. So you have a nice finished edge on both sides. Okay, you don't see any raw edge there. That's going to overlap with your other piece. You're going to do the same thing with the other piece. Now we're doing the 15 inch height side. All right, now I'm going to take my binding. You can just set those other 2 pieces down for a minute. We're going to go to the binding, and we're going to attach our binding strips together. You want to lay them down the ends down at right angles, okay? And then you're going to stitch from one corner where they're meeting to the next corner. And you'll see here in just a minute how that works. I'm trimming it down to a 1/4 inch seam, and there you go. So here we go again. Make sure you're putting the right sides together. One piece down at a right angle and the next piece down at a right angle. And you're going to stitch from one corner to the next corner. And then you're going to trim it to a 1/4 inch. And you'll see some little ear tags there. That's what I want to call them. And you can just clip those off even with your binding. But when you open it up, it should be a nice smooth surface. You can also do the same thing if you're not sure where you're supposed to be stitching. Lay your 2 pieces of fabric down at right angles, right sides together. Take a ruler and then draw a line. I'm using a friction pin here from one corner to the next. You can see my line here. I'm pinning it to hold it in place. Turn it and then stitch again from the corner to the corner. It'll be at like a right angle. Okay. So then again, take it out, trim it down to a 1/4 inch seam, and get the tail ears off. Now I'm going back to my back pieces. So where you folded it, I'm showing you here, I'm unfolding it so you can see. I folded it over 1 inch and pressed it, folded again 1 inch and pressed it. And now I'm going to stitch on the inside seam right there. I'm pointing where my hand is on that inner side of the seam of the folded edge, just about 1/8 of an inch in. You're going to stitch all the way down. Again, this should be on one of the long sides of your pillow back. For me, that's a 15.5 inch length. I'm going to get the other one and do the same thing. Okay, and now we're going to start putting our pillowcase together, pillow cover together. So since I'm putting binding on this, I want to put the wrong sides of my fabric together. So that means my folded under edge is going to go against the wrong side of my front fabric. Okay, and you're going to overlap those pieces in the center. Okay, all your pillow edges should be even. Your front and your back should be even all the way around. And then you're going to clip or pin those fabrics together. Make sure you get where they're overlapping. Make sure you get those pinned well. Okay, we're going to use this little object here called the binding ease to help make our binding. So this is a way, without binding ease, this is what I would do. I would fold it together, wrong sides together, okay? And I would press it, and I would just keep doing this all the way down, making sure my raw edges are even. But with the binding ease, we're going to start out doing that, but we're going to use our binding ease to help us make our binding so much quicker. Now, I have an old CO iron, and if you know about them, you know that when you let go of them, they pop up. And so this is a little more difficult. I should have got my other little one out so it would stay flat onto this mat. But the whole idea is that the iron stays flat and you pull your binding through, just kind of guiding it to stay folded. Again, wrong sides together, raw edges even, and you're going to pull your binding through, and it's going to press it as you go. And it's a much faster concept. So when I get done doing this, you'll see I will hold the iron and go back the other way. See right here, we're going back the other way. So if your iron stays down, it will just basically fold your binding for you. Really quick and easy. And that little mat will get very hot, so be careful. All right, and then I'm just going to roll. I like to roll my binding up so it stays nice and neat until I'm ready to use it. And then we're going to go to the sewing machine. We're going to take our binding. We're going to put it face down on the front of our pillow. And then we're going to put the raw edges to the raw edges of the pillow. The raw edge of the binding to the raw edge of the pillow. You're going to stitch it down. When you get to the corner, you see I've turned it at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to stitch off. And then you're going to, can you see that? Off to the edge, about a 1/4 inch off from the corner. Then I'm going to take my fabric, my binding, and fold it up at a right angle and then back down. And then about a little less than a 1/4 inch from the edge, I'm going to start stitching again. And here I'm going to show you what that looks like when it's done correctly. There it is. And then you're going to fold it back. And you get a really nice mitered corner doing it like this. So we're going to stitch all the way down. We're going to get to our corner. About a 1/4 inch away, we're going to go off to an angle. Going to fold our fabric back at a right angle and then back down. And then continue stitching and do that at every corner. And then when we get back to the beginning where we started, we're gonna cut. We're gonna leave about 3 inches, 2.5, 3 inches of binding. And then we're going to tuck it under the other piece of binding. This is one way of doing this. There's other ways, but this is the simplest for right now. We're going to just tuck it in there nice and neat. And you can press it with your iron, or you can use one of these little roller seam pressers. I'm going to use it. And I'm just going to press that down nice and neat to make sure that it's nice and taut across there. And then I'm going to continue stitching, and I'm just going to start by back stitching a little bit right here, and then I'm going to continue going forward. And I did use about a 1/4 inch seam all the way around this. And then you'll see you'll be able to fold it over towards the back. But before I do that, I'm going to go to my ironing station. I'm going to iron it with towards my seam. I want to iron it toward my seam allowance, my binding. This ironing it just helps it lay much flatter when you're trying to work with it to stitch it down, make it look good. And I will be hand stitching this. I'll give you a little demonstration on hand stitching. If you feel confident in doing it with the sewing machine, go right ahead. And if you're not confident and you like to hand stitch, I recommend it. I enjoy hand stitching. It gives me something to do while I'm watching the TV in the evening. But you're going to fold that down, miter your corners all the way around. And I feel like this just gives your pillow a nice finished look. You can make the envelope pillow without binding, which is a great idea. But you see how this gives you that binding finish on it? Okay, so the pillows together, and now we're ready to hand stitch. So take your thread and knot it, and then you're gonna run it through some beeswax. And you can buy this at Hobby Lobby, any sewing store, quilting store, craft store that sells sewing supplies. This little beeswax container will last you for years, believe me. I finally bought a new one a few years ago because my one from high school was crumbling. But it will last you forever. But it does help keep your thread from not getting knots in it as you're stitching. So here you can see I'm just taking nice small stitches, about a 1/4 of an inch. This is just called a slip stitch. You're going to go in to the fabric, say the backing fabric, and then you're going to come up and you're going to catch the binding fabric, and then you're going to go back into the backing fabric and then back up into the binding. And again, you want to do this all the way around your pillow. When you get back to the beginning, knot it, and you're all done. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.